if you could learn, things do really have a way of working out. Let's get us another book. Pull one, anyone you want to, honey. Okay, here, you take it. Everything supports wherever you're sitting at this moment, whatever you're doing, however you're feeling, whomever you're with. There is a beautiful script that is written, and all you have to do is look around you and see it. Read it to me, sweetie.
All right. The 46th article reads, "Thus all created things are nothing in themselves."
I like that. Say that again.
All created things are nothing in themselves.
All created things are nothing in themselves?
Yep.
That happens to be, who are we reading there? Eckhart, Meister Eckhart. Okay, has he got anything else to say? The next thing, all created things are nothing in themselves. Okay.
It just says it's explained above.
Okay. Ah, did you hear what you just said? It's explained above. So you're not going to get the explanation here down on earth. You're never going to get the explanation for whatever it is. So as long as you want the why, W-H-Y, keep why, because you're going to be whining. You want to do it, Bridget?
No.
Thank you for calling URTV, Cosmic Therapy, and I'm Paula Andrea. How can I help you? Hello?
I already have it.
Now, do this.
No, it's already there. Put it
Okay.
down.
Hello? Hello? Lost it. We're so good at that, Bridget. We're going to become masters of that. All right. So if you want to why something, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did he do this to me? Why did she say that to me? What in the world? You know, I was at so-and-so and so-and-so did so-and-so. All of that is whying, and it's nothing in the more, nothing more or less than whining. And when you're whining, you are wandering off your path because you are wondering. How you like those words? Wondering. I'm scared that, sign's going to pop off like it did before. Wondering about your particular existence. And you're always wanting the best end for yourself. See, that's the deal. We want preferential treatment. We want things to turn out our way. We want to be shown in the best light. We don't want to be humiliated or embarrassed or made a fool of or any of those things. And it's impossible for any of those things to happen too. If you're just naturally yourself and letting the moment unfold instead of trying to manipulate, because that's an ignorant thing to do anyway. Read some more of that, honey.
All right. By taking the genuine sword of the divine self with the action of love, joy, peace, love, suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, temperance, and meekness, will ego self be eradicated.
Wow, gotten rid of. Go ahead.
Recognize the ugly heads of these beastly dragons when they arise in thee.
Okay.
Remember that they have no real part in thee or with thee, but are part of thee. False self who is trying to establish power over thy divine self.
All right.
Know beyond a shadow of a doubt that thy treasure lies in the fact that God is us.
God in us is us. God in us is us. Because we of ourselves, what do we say? All created things are nothing in themselves. Is that not what Meister Eckhart just said?
Yep.
All created things are nothing in themselves. So if we are the created things and we are nothing, the only thing that exists is the Creator who created the nothings.
Right.
All right. You got that?
Got that.
All right. Let's pull another book, honey. Go over there somewhere and get you something else. Oh, we're going to do some quantum physics right now. We're going to do a little bit of Robert Gilmore. All right, let's see what he's going to say about the subject. Anywhere you want, baby. Pick it.
All right. That's right. Confirm the principle emphatically as he led them into his study. And it's a problem, let me tell you.
Keep on.
You may know how difficult it is for teachers when they have two identical twins in their school and they are unable to tell them apart. Well, I have hundreds of completely identical particles. it makes checking the register a nightmare. I can tell you.
Okay. Let's go back. What's tonight's theme? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, honey? What
We're
page
talking
is it?
about.
You know?
No, I didn't look.
Okay.
Talking about if you're afraid to turn it loose, then it's already turned you loose.
Mm-hmm. That's an idea. That's an idea. I don't care how hard you're going to hold on to it, sweetie. I don't care how much you're going to, if you were involved with some guy and he was not meant to be in your path and involved with you, except for the time duration that he was, and it was time to move on. No matter what you did, said, could be, didn't do, or wanted to do, it would not change it. If you could not turn loose of him, he has already turned loose of you.
Right.
All right? And the other thing?
It is get with it. It will not get with you.
All right. And so, and we have established that all created things are nothing in themselves. Nothing. We are being transformed all the time because we are the creations and not the creator. And so there's only one deal going on. There is a divine self that exists in all of us. There is a divine self. In fact, you told me, or we said somewhere, read it.
I can't read your handwriting.
Okay. There's a binding force in all mankind. Okay, so there's only one thing, darling, that's going on. There's only one thing that's going on throughout the world, throughout the galaxies, throughout the universes. You and me and Sandy and Farron sitting over there, are laid up over there on that table drawing. All of us. There's only one thing going on. We are separated into countless parts. But when we meet, whomever we meet during the run of the day, we are meeting aspects of ourselves. And I've said this over and over and over on various different shows. No matter who we're involved with, it's a mirror of ourselves. Now, you just read out of Gilmore that he had a whole bunch of the same thing. And it made going to the register, he was being funny, going to the register quite difficult. I don't know, what page that was. Try something else out of there. Let's see what we get. Anywhere you want, baby.
All right. When these walls have moved through her, Alice found that she was back on the plain outside of the castle.
Wow. When the walls moved through her. Okay? The walls. And what walls?
The fear and ignorance.
When they moved through her. Okay? What happened?
She was found back on the plain outside of the castle.
Back on the plain. And that is Plain.
Mm-hmm.
Outside
of the castle.
The castle. Okay. On the plain outside. I love that. You hear me, baby? On the plain outside. Because we put up so many impressions. People go through life and they want to impress people. I don't know you. So immediately I'm thinking I've got to impress you in some way. Honey, never, ever, never, ever, never, ever impress anybody. And I'm talking about when you go for a job interview. I'm talking about when you're meeting people brand new in your school. I'm talking about anything that happens in the run of the day. If that idea comes in your mind, I've got to impress. I've got to do something. I want her or him to like me. Do the opposite. Do the opposite. Rip down your hair. Take a doggone marker and put it across your face. Do something that will get rid of that idea that you've got to alter yourself in any way, because you're not going to alter anything ever, ever, ever. You're just going to cause yourself a lot of dilemma and a lot of heartache. Next thing, go back to that.
All right. What hold can possibly bind God?
Woo! What did she say?
What hold can possibly bind God?
I don't think anything can. I don't think that anything can bind a God, whatever that interpretation is for you. Okay, go ahead.
There is... Free thyself by freeing thy tormented heart and mind.
And the tormented heart and mind can only be tormented. You got another pen. This one don't write. Yes, it does. The only way that your heart is tormented, honey. Tormented in what? What did you say? Tormented?
Yeah.
Tormented in what else?
Just by freeing thy tormented heart and mind.
Is releasing what?
Fear and ignorance.
Fear. Ignorance. Now, your definition of ignorance would be what? What
Stubborn.
I like that. Cindy, that was a good answer. That was a great answer. Oh, ignorant. What'd you say?
Stubborn.
Stubborn. Okay, being stubborn is ignorant. There's no need, because you cannot withstand the divine force that is in you. The binding force that has you in this earth, on this planet, for a specific reason. You, Bridget, Sandy, Farron, myself, everybody here at URTV, everybody extended from here, everybody watching, there is a divine path that we are on. And there is nothing, nobody, no how, nowhere, no time can interfere with that path. You want to know where the problems come in it and that increase this fear and ignorance? I'll tell you, Bridget, and we're going to find something in just a minute that's going to support this. See, you have a path. You have a divine path. And this is, okay, this is the path. This is Bridget. And she's going to be born in this earth. Right here is this little teeny baby. See that little baby right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's going to be born into this world of possibilities. And she's going to travel this path. But there is a certainty about this path. It is that binding force that resides within you that is determined. It is determined. No one can withstand this force. No one can change this force. And between here and here, this right here is all that's going to happen. There's nothing else going on. The way that you relate to this is how your life is constructed. How you surrender. You gave me the word, you just told me. What was it? Resistance? What did you say? Stubborn. Stubborn is the same thing as resistance. So the amount of resistance that we have is what causes our dilemma. It's what causes us our despair. It's what causes people to want to kill themselves. It's what causes helplessness, hopelessness, to be whining and crying and say, oh, I'm not married. She's married to the most handsome hunk, and I don't have that. Or the same thing, I don't have $1 million. I don't have this. I don't have the other. What happens is, instead of accepting your life exactly and precisely as it is, right now, as it turned out. See, when I pulled this card, death, and we were looking for an 8. This death preceded the 8. And I shouldn't have said, oh, well, that's the wrong thing. You know, I read that as a 8. I sincerely did read that as an 8. Because death is the only thing that's going on, this transformational process. So anytime you're thinking, I'm getting real deep here, baby, but anytime you're thinking that you can be doing anything other than what you're doing, right now, you're sitting here in URTV with me on Saturday night, June 14th, 2008. Anytime that you think that you could be doing anything other than what you're doing, that's what causes your demise. That's what causes you to have that rotten death. Because no matter what's happening, baby, and I'm talking about in those times in your life when you're going to have it, and it's going to be some hard times. There are going to be some hard times. But don't push them away. Be in them and experience them and feel them. Feel them, darling, because it's part of that binding force and your path. You're born in this world. You know, you've heard it all the time that you have a purpose, but people say, I don't know what my purpose is. Well, in that purpose is the wound. You're carrying a wound. That's what you're back here on earth, to heal a wound. Well, only the path that you have can heal that wound. So don't say, well, I should be doing something else. I should be doing something else with someone else in some other place. That's not true. Be where your feet are. Now let's see how that's going to be supported. Let me write that down. Read the next sentence, honey.
All right.
Be where your feet are, honey.
All right. There is no need to feel helpless, angry, or bound by circumstances beyond thy control. For all control is designated from a panel within thyself.
All control is designated from a panel within thyself? All control Did you see me pick up this pen and write that word?
Yeah.
Okay, some panel that I didn't touch. Did you see me touch a panel?
Nope.
Did anybody see me push any buttons? All right. Fan, did you see me push any buttons? No, she's asleep. She can't see nothing. But this panel that's inside of me pushed a button and said, pick up a pen and write on that paper. Because it's saying there's a panel within thyself. For all control is designated from a panel within thyself. But you don't have a thing to do with it, baby. You don't have a thing to do with it. No one can withstand this binding force that was within ourselves. Go ahead, read some more. I love that page so good. I can get another book right now.
No.
Good evening. Thank you for calling URTV Cosmic Therapy. I'm Paula Andrea. How can I help you? Hold on just a minute. Honey, let me try to push this button and make you
It's
be
already up
heard,
there.
okay?
Just set it down.
Hold on just a moment. Do you mind? Okay.
Just lay it down.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay, repeat what you just said for everybody to hear, sweetie.
Well, I just said I've watched your show a couple of times, and I just wanted to call because I'm very interested in what you have to say.
Thank you so much, and I'm delighted that you did call, and it's not by accident. You know that, Elizabeth.
Oh, I do believe you.
Okay, honey. So give me your birthday.
10/17/51.
1951, okay. Do you know of the 17? Now, Bridget, all things are connected. The 17, which is the star, baby. Bridget, Elizabeth, I'm talking about you tonight because you're the star of the show. But that 17, 1 plus 7 is what?
8.
And what's the theme of the show tonight?
8.
And so Elizabeth is going through a transformative period. Let me see what else is going on with Elizabeth. She's got 7. Make sure. Have you ever had any of this done, Elizabeth?
I haven't, no.
Okay, well, what I'm doing right now is a form of cosmic therapy using numerology. I'm reducing your birth date down and seeing what number I'm going to come up with. That will be 7 and 8's 15, 16. Okay, 7. All right, now Elizabeth, stay with me just a moment. I'm not going to flatter you. Do you understand that? There's nothing ever on this show that's going to have to do with flattery. All right?
Yes, that sounds good.
What I am going to tell you, though, is that you are a very spiritual person. Very spiritual. You have a 7 destiny. And according to numerology, what that particular esoteric science does is takes the numbers 1 through